This is a recording of a live online forum for the purpose of sharing information about LEAD-K implementation in Michigan. During this presentation, we experienced some technical difficulties with Zoom. We are aware of the issues and will work to improve future LEAD-K webinars.
All right, we're going to get started. I'm Roxanne Balfour. I'm the director of the Michigan Department of Education Low Incidence Outreach. I had worked in the Office of Special Education under the Department of Ed for about 20 years before I came over here. I've been here since 2014 and glad to be part of this world. We've got a big initiative coming today, and this is going to be moving fairly quickly. This is only to kickstart some of the work we're going to be doing and let all of you know who is going to be on this committee and some other individuals and organizations that are going to be helping with this work. This isn't an end all, this is a beginning. There's going to be a lot of questions. I don't have all the answers, but that's why we have all of you here today. If we do not have time for your questions, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions, we have a link that we will be putting in the chat at the end of the PowerPoint presentation for you to be able to type all your questions, and then we will get that gathered up, answer the questions we can, and then respond to everyone who's here today. So don't feel cheated that your voice may not be heard today. In the long run, we will hear you, we will answer, and we will make sure that everybody here gets the information that they need. So first, let's start off with introductions. First, I would like to have the LIODHH consultants introduce themselves. I'm going to shut off my camera as people come on to introduce themselves. John Kirsch.
This is John speaking. Good afternoon. Thank you, everybody, for attending today. My name is John Kirsch, and I am the Deaf and Hard of Hearing educational consultant with LIO, and I've been here for 6 years now. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Amanda Schneider.
Hello, everyone. This is Amanda Schneider. I'm also an education consultant and a parent of a child who is deaf or hard of hearing, and I have been with the department for 2 years.
Thank you, Amanda. Kelly Dunham.
Hello, everyone. This is Kelly. I am coming to you today. I've been with the department for about the last year, but before that, I was a teacher consultant for the deaf and hard of hearing across Michigan for the last 16 years. So I'm thankful to be a part of this team, and I just wanted to welcome you.
Thank you, Kelly. So for those of you who have read PA 256, you realize there are committee members that are required by this law. And we actually had these committee members through several ways. We have had people in the field that have recommended them, people who in the profession have said they might be interested, others who have come up to me and said, I would like to know more about this and I may want to be a committee member. We do not have all of the spots filled yet. We always welcome recommendations for these positions. We're very cognizant of what this group should look like. We're trying to be as diverse in many ways that we can, but as with any low incidence area, it's not always easy. So keep that in mind as we go through this work. And again, all voices will be heard in a different way, not necessarily as a committee member. So I'm going to go ahead and kick off the committee members to let them turn their cameras on and introduce themselves if they would, please. Rosemary Langenden, am I saying that correctly, Rosemary? If you're on, if you could come on, please.
Yes, hello, this is Rosemary speaking, Rosemary Langdon. And I'm not sure if I'm going to say it right. I'm a deaf person. I'm not sure how the interpreter's pronouncing it, but I'll just spell my name for you. I'm a parent of 2 children. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Tori McIntosh.
Hey everybody, this is Tori McIntosh. I am the parent of a child that is deaf or hard of hearing. My son is 9, and we utilize listening and spoken language.
Thank you. Tina Roy.
Hi everyone, I'm Tina Roy. I'm a teacher consultant for the deaf and hard of hearing from Oakland Schools, and very excited to be a part of the committee.
Thank you. Kara Mounts.
Hi everyone, I'm Kara Mounts, and I'm a KSIS DHH constructional coach for KRESA, and excited to be part of this committee.
Thank you. Rebecca Lozar.
I can't see myself. Can you see me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Hi, I'm Rebecca Lozar. I've been teaching deaf and hard of hearing children for about 20 years here in Bloomfield Hills, the Total Communication Program, and I am happy to be here with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. All right, Camille Jeter Lorello. It says from Camille in the chat, she was unable. There she is.
This is Camille speaking. Hi there. Hi there. My name is Camille Jeter, and I work here at Michigan School for the Deaf, and also I'm an ASL specialist here in reference to assessments and language and world languages. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, thank you. Ariana Farad. Trying to see if she is here today. There was a couple people that couldn't make it.
I am here.
Oh,
Apologies.
good.
I have the same issue with the video.
Oh, so sorry.
It's all right, folks. Apologies. Hi, everyone. My name is Ariana Farhad. I am currently the Master's Program Director for CSD, or here we go, Communicative Sciences and Disorders at Michigan State. Always a mouthful. And prior to joining higher education, I worked as a SLP for the majority of my career, working with families and children who are deaf and hard of hearing. I'm very excited to be here today. I'm really passionate about not only supporting our kiddos and families, but providing non-biased, trauma-informed, and culturally responsive care. So thank you for having me.
Thank you. Sarah Freitag. Remember if she's here today? All right, I'm not seeing Sarah on.
Here today. Hello,
Hello, yes, we can hear you, Sarah.
this is Sarah. Again, I can't show my video as either. I am a speech language pathologist and a teacher consultant for the deaf and hard of hearing at the Copper Country Intermediate School District in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Great, thank you. And there is a chat that Caitlin Shope, I'm going to let her talk for a minute regarding cameras. Caitlin, do you want to go ahead and say something?
Hi, everyone. This is Caitlin. Sorry about that. I allowed everyone to start their video, so hopefully you should be able to, but I'm not sure. They got turned off and I turned it back on, so there might be a delay for that. I just want to, my opening, if you're having trouble viewing the interpreter, if you go to the view button at the top right of your screen, you might have more controls to minimize the PowerPoint, or you can choose to hide non-video participants, but you have to go to that view button at the top right. Or you can go to participants and find the ASL interpreters. And then there should be a little, if you hover over it, there might be a button to them larger, you can pin them, things like that. But sorry about that. I'm still looking to see if there's anything else I can do to put that turning on your video issue.
Thank you, Caitlin. Appreciate the support. All right, we have Sarah Sybil.
Hi, this is Sarah. I am a teacher specialist for the deaf hard of hearing in Ottawa area ISD. I've been a teacher for the deaf and hard of hearing on the west side of Michigan for the past 24 years. Excited to join the work.
Thank you. Kelly Cleveland.
Okay, I'm having the same video problem, but my name is Kelly Cleveland. I am with the Kent Intermediate School District Oral Deaf Program. This is year 30 for me. I make home visits. I work primarily with birth to 3-year-olds. I'm also a certified listening and spoken language specialist auditory verbal therapist.
Thank you, Kelly. And there's more direction in the chat regarding the videos and the pinning of interpreters. So please look at your chat if you need more information. We're going to go ahead on to Chris Spike. I'm thinking not maybe, because like I said, some people had said they couldn't make it. Anita Vera. Yeah. Maybe those two cannot join us today, and that's okay. I have touched base with all of those. All right, so I'm going to move right next into the co-lead, which right now we have Elizabeth Flores.
Hello, this is Elizabeth Flores. Sorry, I'm not able to start my video, but I'm very happy to be here today. My background is in higher education, teacher prep, and most recently I was the registrar at Aquinas College. Since 2013, I have been happy to facilitate the Deaf Hard of Hearing Consortium for teacher preparation on behalf of the Michigan Department of Education. And just this week, I officially joined MDE-LIO, and I'm very excited to be here in support of this work. So it's great to be here with you all today.
Thank you. We will have another co-lead to this work. Miriam Belsky and a colleague were going to join and determine what our needs would be for another co-lead. So I just wanted to let everybody know. And I hear Jennifer saying who is who. We do have the interpreter who is letting everybody know the name's Jennifer Berrigan. And we will also be putting something out after today's meeting. Please keep in mind, this is truly an introductory to what the work is, who the members are, but we will definitely have to work through some technical difficulties, unexpected, but we will try to make this as accessible as possible. Next, we're going to go ahead and introduce our facilitator for this work. Jeff?
Oh, hello. Hi, everyone. I also am having trouble sharing my video, so my apologies. My name is Jeff Diedrich. I work on behalf of the Department of Ed, and I've worked with Roxanne a number of years. My background, I'm a speech and language pathologist, but I haven't practiced in a number of years. I facilitate a lot of work on behalf of the Department of Education, and I'm honored to work with this group as they develop materials for Lead K. My approach to facilitation is my job. I consider my job to make sure that every voice is heard and honored in the discussion. As Roxanne noted, we will be working with the committee members, but also expand that to include input from a broad range of stakeholders throughout Michigan. So again, I'm excited about this work and looking forward to working with each of you.
Thank you, Jeff. So there are other individuals, and I'm not naming everybody, but I am going to have them introduce themselves. For those that have reached out to me, we've had meetings getting prepared for some of this work. So Frida Morrison, can you please introduce yourself? And if you cannot turn your camera on, I apologize. I'm hoping we can get through this. Okay. So Frida Morrison has, she was there at the committees. She was a strong voice. The screen of the interpreter is too small, according to Frida. We can always make the PowerPoint bigger on your own side, and you can pin the interpreter as well, Frida. So John has put some emails through there too, as well as Brittany. Bottom left, click start video. So people are getting directions all over. I'm going to move forward because I think we're going to lose some time here. Annie Araski has joined us today. So Annie, again, I don't know if you are on or if you want to put something in the chat if your video works. Annie will be joining us as well from the Division of Deaf-Blind, Hard of Hearing. So we welcome her. And Danny says that he can see Annie. I can see you, Annie. Interpreter, can you see Annie Araski to interpret?
Hello, this is Annie signing. Seems to be some technology issues because I actually can't see myself right now, so I'm not sure if my video is on, but I can see Bethany speaking, the interpreter speaking, so I'm assuming I'm on. My name is Annie Uraski. My name sign is A here in the chin. I'm the director of the Division on Deaf, Blind, and Hard of Hearing with the Michigan Department of Civil Rights. Oh, all right, awesome. Now I can see myself. Perfect. I would recommend that the host make sure that you add a spotlight or make people co-hosts if they're going to speak. Seems you're having some technical issues. All right, now that I can see myself, I'm going to start over. My name is Annie Uraski. My name sign is A here in the chin. I'm the director of the division on deaf, blind, and hard of hearing that is housed under the Michigan Department of Civil Rights. Thank you. I'm going to go off video now.
All right, thank you, Annie. Danny McDougall from Medina.
Hello, everyone. This is Danny McDougall. I'm the chairperson of the Sign Language Studies over at Medina University. Also, my background, I've had a long background in the nonprofit world, a variety of programs that we have worked on. Our department previously had helped do research and assessments, Be Not Without Us, which is under the Division on Deaf, Blind, and Hard of Hearing. We helped out with that. And I'm excited to see what this committee is about to do, and thank you for allowing us to join.
Thank you, Danny. Brittany Whitford. There's Brittany. I know that she had a very limited time that she could be on, so she may have left us. Gina Cooper. Oh, here's Brittany. All right. Hi, Brittany.
All right, can you see me now?
Yes.
Perfect. Hello, I'm a deaf person. I also work at Medina University. I work also in the program as Danny does that you mentioned, and I also teach in that department and the co-director for the recently approved Deaf Ed Master Evaluation Program. So thank you for inviting us today.
Of course. Gina Cooper.
This is Gina Cooper speaking. I'm unable to get my, oh, here I am. Good afternoon. My name is Gina Cooper. I am the program coordinator for the Early Hearing Detection and Intervention Program for the state of Michigan.
Thank you, Gina. And Janelle Frost.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Janelle Frost. I am a parent of a Deaf Plus young adult, and I'm also the executive director for Michigan Hands and Voices and the program coordinator for our advocacy and support and training program. And I will be working closely with families across the state so that they stay informed on what is going on with regards to the Lead K movement. It's good to see everyone.
Thanks, Janelle. Appreciate it. And thanks to all of you who introduced yourselves. As you can see, there's a lot of people that are involved with this work, and this is just a little bit of the commitment we have. I go different places and people come up to me and say, I want to be part of this work. I want to be part of this work. And as I mentioned before, you will be part of this work. It looks like Janelle is telling me Frida has her camera on now. So Frida, will you please introduce yourself before we go to the next slide?
Hello, this is Frida. This is my name sign here is F on the shoulder here, but it's very difficult to see the interpreter. The interpreter is in a small box, so I'm having a hard time keeping track. It isn't very accessible, but I do deal with the Lead K Michigan. I'm a spokesperson for the Lead K Michigan.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And yes. Okay, I believe I was off the whole time that I've been talking here. So what I did say was LIO does a lot of work with DHH, and it sounds like we need to give more direction in using and pinning the interpreter. So we will be cognizant of that and moving forward with our meetings, especially if we're going to be utilizing Zoom, which we will, that we have time ahead of the meeting for everyone to get set with the interpreter as well as captioning. So I apologize for that. This usually doesn't happen with our PowerPoints. So it's just a day. All right, so we're going to get into Lead K and give you a little bit of history. I think a lot of you on today already understand that, especially those of you who are at the front line for Michigan going through this. So language equality and acquisition for deaf kids on the goal of kindergarten readiness for all DHH students. And I'm turning on my video because I didn't realize I wasn't on that either. We know that children are born ready to learn. From birth to 5, the brain develops more than any time in life. If a child does not have access to language, their neural development is impacted. Language deprivation or delays for DHH children ages 0 to 5 can lead to reading, academic, and social struggles. Lead K started as a grassroots effort to ensure that deaf children have access to language. For the last 50 years plus, the average reading level by 18 years of age for a deaf student has remained at the 3rd or 4th grade level. The lack of early and full accessible visual language exposure may be a contributing factor to the low levels of reading achievement in the deaf population. Removing the barriers that lead to limited access to language development due to accessibility for deaf, hard of hearing children is the goal of this legislation. That will be accomplished by creating a developmental milestone checklist as a parent resource and tracking language outcomes for DHH children ages 0 to 5. Again, I am probably reading what most of you already know. This is nothing new to you, and this is why we are here. We have finally gotten this through our state, but right now there are 23 other states that have already implemented some form of Lead K. So we are showing a map right now, and those in the blue are the ones that have implemented Lead K. Part of those partnerships that I mentioned earlier and had introductions to is because our office is given the funding to do this work and to make sure that it's actually implemented. But this work is a statewide initiative. There are so many other people that can be part of this work. I was talking to Madonna and said, you know what I could really use from Madonna as a research institution is to go and look at these other states. And maybe some of you have already done some of this at conferences and talked to others that have initiated this. The language is somewhat of a template language, but there's components that other people have gone and done some very unique and good things that we want to know about. We don't need to recreate the wheel. And we haven't been waiting for this law to pass to do things in our state. So Public Act 256, as it's known in Michigan, Lead K nationally, it was signed by the governor in 2022. It gave us the authority from the department, which LIO is under the Michigan Department of Ed, Office of Special Education, to develop a resource for use by a parent or legal guardian of a child who's deaf, hard of hearing, and is age 5 years or younger, that allows the parent or legal guardian to monitor and track the child's expressive and receptive language acquisition and developmental stages towards English literacy. This is the 3rd version that came through. I have been in on the committees as well, listening, working with the department for some of the language changes that need to align with IDEA as well as our MARS rules. So in Michigan, the House Bill 5777 passed in November 2022. Once the governor signed it, it seemed like this would be a pretty easy road for us to just get moving and get things in place. But we are government and there are barriers, just like anything else. So it took some time. It gave us time, though, to start putting feelers out, to going to conferences, to asking for people, their interest, their input. Do they know other individuals or agencies that would be key to this work? And that was a good thing. People would come, like I said, up and say, I want to be part of this committee. I'd like to do this. And then it came a rubric where we had to kind of define who really fits this role, because it wasn't us that determined those 15 advisory committee members. That was part of the law. Okay. So MDE, being the recipient of the funds, has a number of people on the committee. But again, this is only one committee group. Okay. If we could have gotten things going a year ago, I don't think it would have been as formalized as what we're going to be getting this with our plans that we have ahead of us. A legislator at the time of the very first version asked me to go ahead and put a budget together and to say, what do I think this would look like? So went back to LIO, went out to the state and started to talk about what would this look like. Different voices came to us and gave us some input. We looked at the law. We kind of massaged it a little bit. And here we are today. We found a fiscal agent that we can work with who's willing to give stipends to our committee members, be able to do contracted works, because originally this was going to be ongoing, we thought. And so we had FTEs in the budget and many other pieces that we thought would be ongoing. But then when we found out this is pretty much one-time funding, and then you need to make the most of it, and then here's your deadline of getting this set to go. So I had to rethink, what does this budget look like, and talk to some of the other statewide members in doing that work. All right, and if you're interested in that PA 256 language, we can provide a link also into the chat before we are done today. So what are the timelines that are actually established by PA 256? January 1, 2025. I want you to pay close attention, 2025, that we would get an advisory committee established. I'm not one, and neither is my team, and neither is many of you wanting to sit and wait for a law to pass, waiting to meet that timeline that's given in the law. So we had said, you know what? We're going to start this work now. We've got the money. We're going to go ahead and establish this and not wait for January 1st, 2025. Why would we? There's too much work to do. Again, these are all timelines established by PA 256. May 1st, 2025, committee recommends developmental milestones. So these are the dates set by law. By August 31st, family resource, and this is 2025, family resource developed by the department. By September 1, 2025, school districts and ISDs implement tools and assessments adopted by the department. And then on December 31st, 2025, that's 2 years from now, the advisory committee will be dissolved. Okay, this is the law, this is the language. We're now going to take a look at what we have decided would be more of a realistic timeline for us to get this work going. So it did take some time to get the fiscal agent set. We are using Marquette Algerisa as our fiscal agent, and they have done work for us and our staff before. So this was a nice fit that the Office of Special Education worked out, and Marisa was willing to do for us. It was in October 2023 that we started to look at the potential advisory committee members. Again, those were names that were given to us, people who have come and actually done some contracted work with us, people who know people that said, this is the person you need for the role. Now we have about 3 different names for each category here. And what we try to do is look at those qualifications. Did they meet somewhere else on the list? Who is going to maybe fill 2 of those voids? So as we're going through our list, again, we've got 2 more positions that people are contemplating. And we need to hear back from another person yet in one of those roles. You're going to see that list actually put into what the template asked for from the law, and you're going to see the names assigned. We will be putting something on our website, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later, on how you're going to access information from us. December 2023, established project coordinator and key roles. We are already beginning to do that. That is part of this meeting today, is the exposure of letting you know what we're doing, what our plans are, and who's interested in what parts of this work. So today we met our timeline of December 2023, just an informational town hall meeting via Zoom. I don't have all the answers. My team does not have all the answers. The committee do not have all the answers yet, but we are working to start putting things in place come January, and then having monthly meetings. Okay, it is a big time commitment, and it was part of the concern with the advisory committee is I have a real job, I have to go full time, I have a family, I have other commitments. And we said, that's okay. Not everyone is expected to be at every meeting, but we do want to make sure we get everyone's input. Okay, so how we firm up these timelines is really going to be part of the work we do with the committee members, their roles, responsibilities, and the requirements of the law. So January through June of 2024, that's when we're going to start looking at some regional, statewide, and Michigan work. And then we're also going to be getting other states' information gathering. And then we're going to get input from the stakeholders and experts. So I see this time frame as a time for gathering information, looking at the law, deciding on where does this fit. We have a lot of things already out there. This isn't something that we have to start from scratch, using what other states have used, using what we have, which we're going to talk about a little bit later in the PowerPoint. And then June through December, we're going to review and formalize, sorry, I got to go back one more, the information gathered. So that will be the committee's work to take all of that input that we've got and start deciphering through it and how it's going to be presented in a formal manner. Okay. So hopefully by January 2025, the advisory committee can make some recommendations. I want to be very clear, this is proposed timelines. This is not hard and steadfast like the law. We are still ahead of what the law is requiring at this point. We're hoping we can have some good solid recommendations, because what's going to happen next is we're going to go back to the department and have them review those recommendations. And then there's probably going to be some tweaks, some other input, and it's going to go back to the committee if changes are needed. So come April of 2025, that is when the department will work with local schools and ISDs on the assessments and the tools that they need to be able to assess the language literacy development of the child who's deaf, hard of hearing, and is age 5 or younger. We have several people that we're going to be contracting with to help with some of this assessment work. This is not going to be the work of just LIO. We have some very brilliant people out there that know how to do this, that they're going to work side by side with us to get this done. So anyone that works with me knows I don't take something and sit in my office and make decisions. I send out surveys. I ask for group meetings. I ask for input any way I can. So please don't put your head under a blanket and think this is going to get done. They got it covered. It's not going to be done by us. This is done by all of us. All right. Next slide. So I'm going to turn this over now to, I believe this is John or Kelly or Amanda. Thank you, Amanda. I'll shut my video off.
This is Amanda. So the consultants are just going to highlight some of the tools that MDE LAO currently has available. And supporting the field of deaf education has been the focus of our office for many years. In 2013, LAO initiated work on the Michigan Early Childhood Planning Guide, which serves as a data collection tool for progress monitoring and discussing programs to support success for young children who are deaf or hard of hearing. The tool was recently updated in 2022, and this tool also incorporates the family engagement piece to help support future outcomes. And now I'm going to pass to John.
Hello, everyone. This is John Kerr speaking. Are you able to see me okay? I want to make sure everybody has access today. Are we good? Okay, great. All right, John speaking. So Michigan Communication Plans, this is what you're looking at here. This document is another tool. I need to emphasize that very strongly. It's just a tool that is available through our office, and it is on the website as well to access that. And that is Michigan's communication plan for students who are deaf and hard of hearing. And there are 3 caveats to that. One of them is a communication language facilitator for learning for, one moment. Interpreter is asking for clarification. Communication and language. And so that's the foundation for learning. And then the next one is the tool for guided discourse around that student's unique needs. And that can be used for IEP discussions. And with the understanding it's a tool, it's not a requirement, it's not mandated, it's just used for discussions while in an IEP for educational teams. And also, and that started approximately, that was completed 3 years ago, I believe, is when that document was created 3 years ago. It's been 3 now. So that was created around the Individuals with Disabilities Act, which is the IDEA, and that's special factors for deaf and hard of hearing. And so that is the communication needs for those students who are deaf and hard of hearing. And we will go ahead and make sure and post that link for you. Thank you so much.
Okay, and I believe it's going to be Kelly now.
Hello, everyone. This is Kelly. The last tool that I want to highlight for you is the Michigan Assessment Resource Guide for students who are deaf and hard of hearing. You may or may not know that this was created as a companion tool to go alongside the Educational Impact Matrix, which was updated in 2021 and is also housed on the MDE LIO website under our service delivery tools. So this list serves as a guide of assessments and other monitoring tools that could be used, but I want to emphasize that it is not an exhaustive or exclusive list. It is just a place to start. And we'll be posting a link to that in the chat. As all of you on the call know, language and vocabulary are just one of the domains that are an important area of work that we do in deaf education. They're also just one of the areas listed on the assessment resource guide. But this area can encompass so many different subcategories. And some of those things are shown on the screen. I'll let you take a moment to read those. This is Kelly. The individualized education program and/or individualized family service plan team members need to have some understanding about assessments that are available in all of these different domains under language and vocabulary in order to be a collaborator and support the child and/or the family. There are hundreds of assessment tools that are available within these assessment areas for all ages, and those things are indicated on the assessment resource guide. The goal of the Lead K Advisory Committee will be to make a recommendation about which tools measure language and literacy development, both receptive and expressive language acquisition, and the developmental stages towards English literacy for children who are deaf and hard of hearing, ages 0 to 5. The annual reports that are produced by states with Lead K legislation include recommendations for assessment tools and language development milestones. And we know that this cannot be achieved without strong collaborative efforts. To highlight some of that work, I'll hand it back over to Roxanne.
All right, thank you, Kelly. Before I start into this, speaking of partners, I see that Rex Vernon is on. Rex, are you able to say hi and introduce yourself? I missed you earlier, sorry. Okay, he may be off already. He was on and darn, I missed it. So Rex Vernon, principal from Michigan School for the Deaf, also a partner. And Kara is saying, who is also from MSD, that he had to step away for a moment. So thank you, Kara. MSD will be crucial in this work as well. And we have been having meetings and talking about this work. So I apologize for missing a big partner there. Speaking of partners and what the expectations are, again, I hope you didn't come today thinking that we'd have all the answers of everything we're going to be doing. This is the work of a committee. This is the work of the state. So for our collaborating partners, which means all of you in my mind are partners, there's some research that needs to be done. Obviously, we've talked about several areas here already that are part of the law, researching other states, looking at assessment tools, the milestones that we need, you know, and then not just stopping there, but sharing the data out, sharing what we know. We're going to need some data-based support as well. And I know that Gina Cooper from Eddie has already said in one of their grants that they're willing to help us with some of that data work too. So I appreciate that. Educational development and distribution of information. So the education developmental piece is the training piece, making sure we're doing it the right way, that we've got the right people doing the work, helping with the assessment and working with the families, and the distribution of information. This is not an easy task. You know, it took a while to get here for a reason, but it's here. And I think we need to celebrate that. I'm really excited to be part of this work, that we know that we've got a great team here to work with, and we've got all of you who are interested. We have 111 people on this right now. That tells me that we're going to do some great things in the next coming year. I don't want you to get discouraged. I don't want you to have troubles with accessibility. We will definitely fix that. I'm excited that Jeff Dietrich's going to help facilitate, that we've got Elizabeth Flores as well as another national person coming to help with the project lead on this work. It's really important. This is the right thing to do for our kids. We've been working at it a long time. It's not like we haven't done anything, but we have so much more to do, right? So with that being said, we're going to look at the next slide as far as where to find information. By January, we're going to have an actual link in our website for PA 256. All right, so look for that. We will be sharing information out. If you come to our website, you're going to see on the banner where it's at, most likely under DHH resources. Check our Facebook page. We do utilize that because we know families utilize that a lot. And we'll get updates through emails as well. All right, and on our next page, this is us. This is the staff. Elizabeth just joined us this week. She is going to be our project manager for a lot of DHH activities that we do. She's got great support from our consultants because they're amazing people. So I feel fortunate to be in this position to have that support. And I do see that Rex is chatting. So Rex, do you want to turn on your camera and say hi to everybody?
Hello, everyone. My name is Rex Vernon. I'm from the Michigan School for the Deaf. I'm the principal here. We have a bicultural bilanguage school here. So I'm really looking forward to participating in this work that we're going to be doing moving forward. Thank you for inviting us to participate. Thank you.
Thank you, Rex. Okay, so I know we don't have a lot of time for questions. But I believe the next slide is a link that we're going to share in our chat for you to go ahead and copy so you can get us information. I am happy to listen to the questions you have right now, and I welcome anyone that wants to help answer those questions if I can't. I also want to recognize that our Office of Great Starts, I see Janet Timms is on as one of the managers from the previous Office of Great Starts title. They are now My Leap, and we do plan on bringing them into this mix as well because we do need our early childhood people right next to us. So Janet, you can turn your camera on and say hi if you'd like to real quick, if you're there.
I'm here. The camera's not working.
Okay. So Janet Timms, we're glad you're joining us today. And like I said, we will be working with your office, even if you're not on the floor in the Hannah building here in Lansing. We'll find you.
That's fine.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And one thing I haven't mentioned is we will have a kickoff conference at some point too in the works. Once the committee gets established and we start talking, we want to make sure that this is an exciting part of what we do for our kids. And so there will be a kickoff conference. I don't have any details with that, but that will be a fun celebration where we're all going to come together and celebrate the work once we get started on this. So, well, we're going to be around for a while. For those of you who need to get to something else, thank you for your time today. We appreciate it. This is going to be ongoing work. Please feel free to reach out to myself or any of the staff that we have, the emails and the PowerPoint. This is recorded. So for those people who couldn't come today, we do plan on sharing that. And that will be out on our website.